It's preparing.
It says this. It's telling me this meeting is being live streamed.
I got it too. Yeah.
Yeah. It says we're now streaming live on YouTube.
Yep. We're live.
We're live.
Well, cool.
Just give me one more second and we'll be good. All right. Hey, so we are live on YouTube right now, and this is 3GIQ. Today I have Buddy Brown and Pat Beckham. So Buddy, I think everybody kind of knows who you are at this point, but if you want to go ahead and do a little bit more introductions, talk about yourself, stroke yourself off, go right ahead.
Buddy Brown, I know pretty much everybody that's going to be watching this. Range Master for Zoo City Armory. We are preparing for our Fall Brawl match coming up next week and getting ready to get these shoot-offs ready to go. Unfortunately, Jason can't join us tonight because he's kind of tied up with actually building the match, so we have something to shoot. So just looking forward to getting some info out there and getting some things out for the shooters.
And Patrick?
Hey guys, I'm Patrick Beckham. A good bit of people know me. I shoot for Zoo City, and I also help them do some of the sponsor shout outs and stuff, and some of the Instagram and Facebook social media type stuff, and anything involving shenanigans. That's definitely my specialty.
All right, so we already have done an episode specifically about the Fall Brawl on the show with Jason. I did want to mention that Jason is not able to come on tonight. He's got some match stuff that he is taking care of. So, we apologize for that, but we still wanted to come on here, get this information out. And, I guess we'll start it with Buddy. You've been out there with Jason on the ground. So how has things been coming as far as setup goes?
Things are going really great. We had a little rain, the tropical storm in Florida didn't do us any favors, and we had some wet weather, but we had kind of prepared for that, and they had most of the stages are on the ground already. All the long range is set. We are going to have 4 stages with long range with shots all the way out to 600. We have right at 600 yards on one of the stages. Most of the stages are going to have out in the 500-yard range. We're doing, 3 to 4 MOA targets. It's very similar targetry to what we had at Memorial and Battle for the South. We're not going to have any little teeny tiny targets. Good, targets for a 3-gun match. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the one side. We've got 4 kind of jungle run, natural terrain type stages. We've got 1 3-gun jungle run. We've got another jungle run that's shotgun pistol. We're going to have 3 very optional Zoo City style bay stages in the bays. And then we're going to have 3 more natural terrain stages on the other side of the range with targets out to, 500 and 600 yards and an close to 50 round all shotgun jungle run. We will have
hell yeah.
We will have a stage that'll have slings where you'll be required to have a sling. If I was going to give a round count, it'd probably be 200, 200, 200, and as many slugs as you want to bring because of the options that we offer. There's going to be, I can count, there will probably be 5 required slug targets, but we shoot a lot of optional targets that you can shoot 2 pistol, 1 slug, or 1 rifle. So how much slugs you want to use is kind of up to you and how it benefits your game.
Awesome. So essentially, I want to kind of leave this up to you guys to kind of, tell listeners exactly what it is you think they need to know. This is kind of for y'all's match.
And while we're here, while we're covering stuff, I'll be putting some maps out probably first part of next week. Registration is going to be at the main building there at the Clinton House where we did registration for Donnie's last match for the Pro-Am. We'll do registration in the same spot because it's inside. It's a nice little spot. The registration, we're a little up in the air on the prize table right now if we're going to do it under the pavilion or if we're going to do it up at the overlook. We're looking at that right now. So we'll figure that out. That we'll be in one of those spots. And other than that, has anybody got any questions coming up on
The one question, I kind of already answered it, but Eric Torres asked, did I hear slings?
Yes, one stage will require a sling. So, and that's a 3-gun jungle run where you're actually gonna end up at the end shooting out of the back of a pickup truck, which is gonna be pretty cool.
Nice.
Set up.
About how much movement's going to be involved in that jungle run from start to finish?
80, 90 yards.
Okay, that ain't too bad.
No, it's not terrible.
No, it's not like you're doing a 300-yard movement for absolutely no reason.
No, I wouldn't. I'm too old for that.
Oh, so now we're building stages around old people. I see it. I mean, I got my grays.
No, I'm definitely not a fan of running for just to be running.
No.
So,
I guess one thing we could talk about is another match that's going to be upcoming and when registration and everything opens.
If you're referring to Battle of the South, it will be the registration for that will be opening December 3rd at 7 p.m. It's going to be in the same spot. It's going to be there at the Griffin Group. It's going to be the first weekend of April. Pretty much the same 8 stages, 2 days, same kind of flavor of matches we did there last year. We were very happy with the response we got, and it seemed to be very successful. So we're going to, continue on with the flavor of that match and then, and kind of drive it on. And that's kind of what we're looking at is doing a spring match and a fall match.
No, that's great. And I mean, one thing I like about Griffin Group, one, it's kind of close to where I live. So, it's not that much driving, but 2, with it being like, it's essentially like that first match of the season. So you can really get everything tested in that first match and just kind of see the progression throughout the rest of the season and finish it with the fall brawl as a final match to see if there's been any huge improvements in your game.
That is an excellent point. But that is our plan for that. That registration will open then, and we're opening registration December 3rd, and then February 1st we'll open squatting on. So, and it's not going to require you to somebody saying something funny. I hate that I can't see the comments.
I know I can't see the comments either.
I know, and I keep saying them loud.
Hold on. What I'll do for you, you just have to mute it on YouTube so you can kind of see it as well. I'm going to paste this in the chat function if you guys want to pull that up real quick.
Get me started like I know how to do that.
All right. I just posted the link in the chat. So the question was, will Matt and Buddy have moonshine at the fall brawl?
It is cold. you do need a certain amount of natural antifreeze to stay warm, and when in November when it's cold. So that could be a thing. Let's keep it G-rated here, folks.
Hey, speaking of the Battle of the South, so I've been trying to actually successfully gotten a few guys. I personally am switching to heavy. Matt has had an entirely too easy, in my opinion, walking through these matches and just taking his trophy. So me, and I know Dono Bear's in it with me. A couple of us are switching to heavy to at least make him earn those trophies and not just walk up there and grab them. So let's anybody that wants to join us and try and help us take them down, please. We need the help.
I think we need to get you and Matt Kalish on here to kind of have a slugfest and just talk shit the entire time.
Is John Westbrook is not calling the slug hit. As long as he's not ROing the slugfest.
Is John listening?
I sure hope so.
But yeah, anything we can do, definitely that's pretty cool, Patrick, that you're gonna give heavy a try, to get another division going, is really good. And plus, as much as I love D-Lish, I do need to see him have a little bit have a little bit of competition in there.
At
All right,
least
just for clarification, because everybody's asking about slings now, we're on that subject. A sling
Okay.
just for rifle, correct?
Yes, only a rifle sling, and you're only going to need it for one stage. And I will put an email out tonight when we get done here. I probably should have done that already, but I will put out an email tonight that
You're old. People will forgive you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I will send that out that they will need a sling. If you're coming to a 3-gun match, bring your sling with you. It really doesn't take up that much space. So for one stage. One stage only. So you want to talk about the shoot offs a little bit now and get into that, Matt?
Yeah, absolutely. You want me to pull up the whiteboard and we could start doing stuff?
Let's talk a little bit about it. Pat, you're in the tac op shoot off, right?
sir.
All right. So plan that we have right now is the shoot offs are going to be set on the 300-yard bay, the one that's just across from where the pavilion is. You're going to start in the center with a foot in the box. Both of you will have a foot in the start box. We'll probably have an air horn that we'll use for the go. You'll take off and run to the end and shoot shotgun. We're going to have 8 clays set up for the open tac. The tac ops guys, you'll have your normal loadout in tac ops. The open and the carry optics guys, the open guys will run their normal magazines or whatever they're running. The carry optics guys can load their tubes full for the shotgun. And then everything else, you'll shoot the shotgun, go shoot the rifle, which will have a plate racket, 45 to 50 yards with probably 8 to 10 inch plates. We're trying to make this not a very technical shooting. We want it to be fast and furious and a drag race. And then you're going to have an array probably of 8 or probably 10 pistol targets, working your way down to that double flipper, whichever one goes over the top. So that is the plan for the shoot offs. Open guys will be shooting Friday night, and tac ops guys will be shooting Saturday night. And our plan is Don Bryson just texted me.
Oh Lord.
Is now texting me wanting to know if we're live or not. So let me tell Don that so he doesn't get mad at me.
Does the nursing home let him have a cell phone this
I don't
late?
know if they have Wi-Fi there, but if you see him come on, Matt, be sure to welcome him in.
No, everybody welcomed Don, just started saying, "Hey, Don."
Hey, Don. So that's the plan. We want to start about 5:00. And that's a big part of us doing this today, is that way we'll already know who the first 2 shooters are going to be and what the first matchups are going to be and how that's going to go. So, and one thing that we want to make sure that we get across is that all the rifle shots in the shoot off will be offhand, regardless of what division you're in. No tripods in the shoot off.
No lame pods.
Hey, be quiet. Do I need to say that again for the deaf kids in the back? No tripods in the shoot off.
Turn your hearing aids up, old open guys.
You'll have plenty of chances to shoot tripods in the main match. You don't need to shoot them in the shoot off. So we got any questions about the shoot off popping up, Matt?
No, but Eric Torres just asked how many long range targets.
A shitload. 32. 32, maybe. Oh, Jason, I just got a text. I thought it was from Jason, but it wasn't. That says I'm doing a good job. So I don't know how to take that.
You know what that really means.
Oh, or bipods. No tripods or bipods. So yeah, 32 long range targets was the last count we had total.
All right. Will they have magnets to check ammo? Donnie had us do it at Tar Heel.
We will have some magnets out on the stage to random check, and it'll be more of a case by case. It's not like we're going to grab somebody in every squad and just randomly check their stuff. But if your stuff looks like, the RROs are smart enough to say, hey, that looks like steel core. Hey, come here, let me check that with a magnet. So that's kind of and we talk about that a lot.
So in the chat, that's like going off. A friend of mine, Noah, decided to say only green tip ammo, smiley face. We were at a match today and some asshole decided to shoot a plate rack with green tip ammo.
That's not good for it.
Nope.
That'll leave a mark or a
Mhm.
hole.
Yeah.
So, any more questions about the shoot offs?
Nope.
All right. If we don't have any questions, let's get into how we're going to go ahead and start making these picks. Hey, Matt, get somebody. What I'm going to do is I've got my random number generator up, and get somebody on there. The first person that comes up and gives me a number between 1 and 5.
You, Eric, Mr. Sexy Arms himself.
Somebody, a number between 1 and 5.
All right. I just asked them in the chat.
Are they not listening or?
No, they are. It's just there's like a little lag and everything. So I also wanted to type it in as well.
There you go. That's why you're the tech guy. And I'm the old guy that yells at people.
All right. Matt Martini said 3.
3 it is. So there's 1. I'm working on number 2 right now. There's number 2.
Swear, if I get Matt first round. Oh wait, no, we're doing open. I was gonna say I want to recount already.
All right. So
all right,
I'm
we got number 3. So we're ready to get started.
Yep.
All right.
So in the open shootout, the first 2 shooters for the first matchup, which would be the first ones to shoot, the first shooter will be Dane Kovac.
All right. 1 sec. Okay.
And he'll be shooting against Houston Louder.
Ooh.
Both of those are Zoo City guys. It's the local guys that shoot our Zoo City matches. That'll be a great matchup. Shooting the open. I think Dane is more of a carry out this guy, where Hootie is shooting straight up. He's shooting straight up open. Dane will have the choice of lanes because he was the first one picked on that match.
But Hootie just switched to open, so I don't know if he's 100% confident with his new shotgun and is on his new setup. So that could kind of level it out a little bit.
Could be a very interesting round. All right, our second group for our first shooter and for the choice of lane in the second matchup is going to be Judd Spivey. Judd's out of Florida, I believe. Is Judd out of Florida or Alabama?
Florida. He shoots at Altus a lot.
Yes. He's shoots at Altus.
And
he's a good open shooter. And he's going to be shooting against Joshua Poe.
Oh, poor Poe.
I think Judd's a straight up open shooter, and I think Poe is a one of the carry optics type guys, right?
No, Poe shoots open. Poe he fights his equipment sometimes. So if his gear will run and he'll do his part, that'll be a close one.
Awesome. So for our next matchup, we're gonna have Mr. I don't know how to get on live stream himself, Don Bryson. And he'll have the choice of lanes.
He is the nicest guy in the world, though. I'll say that.
And Don's going to be shooting against Andrew Pollock. Anybody know Andrew? Know who I'm talking about?
Nope.
He is signed up. So
I think so. I looked at I checked out a few of the shooters beforehand. If he's who I'm thinking of, I think that'll be a pretty close one. If he's, I saw some videos from him earlier tonight, as a matter of fact, and that should be fairly close.
Good deal.
I would probably say if it's who I'm thinking of, sorry, Don, but I think he might get you.
But remember, this is a double elimination tournament. So
That's true.
You have a chance to go to the losers bracket and fight your way back. So even if you get knocked out at some point, you do have that second chance to get in.
You said Andrew Pollock, right?
Correct.
It started screwing up on me. So
Pat, can you write these down also? If you got something you can write it down with, in case we have technical issues.
Is Don allowed to use his Hoover round?
His what? Oh, it's hover round.
Hover round.
That's funny. Yes. Hang on,
Eric
Pat.
Torres, New Jersey guy. Yeah. Okay.
Did you get that to work, Matt?
Yeah, I got it. It's a little screwy, but it's working.
Okay.
It's not working as smooth as it was whenever we did it the other day, but
Yeah, but of course it never works as good when we do it live as when we're practicing.
Yeah.
So the next matchup is going to be number 6, which is Peyton Sauter, and he'll have the choice of lanes versus Rudy Rudisil, which Rudy's that should be a pretty good match. That should be a really good matchup there.
Spell his name for me. I'll just put Rudy R.
Yeah, that'll work.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'll butcher it.
That's got the potential to be a really good matchup. So, and these things kind of come down to, like Pat was saying, making your equipment work and making sure everything's doing what it should be doing.
Yeah, if you have any kind of malfunctions in the middle of a race like this, I mean, obviously try and fight through it, but yeah, good luck.
Oh boy, this next one is good. So the next matchup is going to be number 1, which is Thomas McCaskill, who was the first one to sign up, versus number 8, who is Jeremy Lohman. So that's 2 guys that shoot together constantly at the Zoo City matches. Thomas is a really great shooter. He wins a lot of the matches that we have, with a lot of the locals that we have up here in his division. And, Jeremy's come a long way and is really shooting well and has been doing really well lately. And he's actually shooting the staff match for Brawl. So that could be a good match. Thomas.
I'm rooting for Jeremy as a former big guy myself. I know what it's like to shoot this sport and carry that load, and he does it way better than I ever did. So
yes, and if Jeremy catches Thomas slipping, he can get him.
So,
hey, Matt Martini's asking if he can do commentary for Friday's Open Shoot Off.
Absolutely. Tell him to come on down with me.
We just want to see his luscious locks. That's all it is.
We do. Matt is an attractive man.
Yes.
So, all right. So moving on for our next matchup is going to be number 13, who is Scott Newman. Anybody know Scott? Scott Newman?
Scott Noonan.
That's one of your double star teammates, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yep. And he is shooting against Kenzie Fitzpatrick.
Oh man, they're good buddies, dude. Then you're gonna put them against each other first round.
That's cool. I don't know much about Scott, but I just shot the war match. Kenzie shot on the squad with us at the War Fallen Steel match, and I mean she can shoot a pistol. And she shot the PCC really well. So that could be very interesting. Scott will have choice on that one.
If you put all the targets out there and make them look like wild hogs or deer or any kind of wild game, Scott will destroy this stage.
Yeah, he's a good old Alabama boy.
That is so cool. So, all right. So moving on to the next one, for the next to the last matchup that we have, the first choice and the choice of lane is going to be Lan Nguyen from Dissident Arms. Lan can shoot and move, and this could fall right into his wheelhouse with this thing for real. And he's going to be shooting against Bobby Wan. There's another Bobby. I think Bobby I don't know if Bobby's shooting open or if he's shooting carry optics in this match, but it doesn't really matter. Bobby's a great shooter, so that should be a really good matchup for that first round. The Dissident guys are coming out. Mike and Lan are coming out. We're really glad to have them out. And then our last 2 are the matchup for the last 2 is Casey Holmes
Hey, Bobby, real quick. Yes, we know you're shooting carry. It should say open/carry optics shootout because open and carry optics are going against each other. All right. So you said who? Casey Holmes?
Yes.
Okay. And who are they going against?
Going against Chris Hutchinson.
Ooh.
See, I don't know much about Casey. Does anybody know who that is?
I looked up Casey earlier. I couldn't find anything on the interwebs, but I mean, we all know Chris. So Chris,
Yes.
Chris is going to do what Chris is going to do.
Yeah, Hutch is going to do Hutch stuff.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. There's the matchups. Casey will have everybody that's the first one that's picked will have their choice of lane, and then on those. So I mean, there's some interesting. I think that Lan and Bobby is an interesting matchup. Let's see. I can't really see because of the way the screen is. Can you scroll it up for us? I think Thomas and Jeremy's an interesting matchup. Who's Hootie got?
Hootie's got Dane Kovac.
Yeah, I mean that could be there's a lot of interesting matchups. That Scott Newman and Kinsey matchup's pretty interesting. So I wish there was a way. Maybe next year we can do some brackets with this thing, like March Madness, and have it where people can kind of, once they see this, they can kind of we could send out brackets and have them try to decide who was going to make it through, and do some kind of a 50-50 or something that way. This shootout stuff, we just kind of decided to do this on a whim when me and Jason were sitting around. So, there's
a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I think we're going to have a really good time with it.
Yeah, everybody's going to come hang out and watch. It'll be a good time.
Jeremy Swafford's going to have his food truck out there. We're going to have lights. We're going to have all the stuff. I think it's going to be really fun. I think we're going to have a really, 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 really great time with that. And
I'm about to piss Jeremy off because it's my favorite thing he makes, but his fried bologna sandwich is to die for. With the hard-boiled egg up
all
on
that good
top.
food he makes, and you want a bologna sandwich. That's
You're damn right. Fried bologna is the best damn thing he makes. Well, it's not, but it's great.
That sounds pretty darn good. Let's see, now that the open numbers are set, let's see, before we get into the TAC ops, let's see if anybody has any questions about the shoot off or the main match that we can answer.
No, they're just kind of talking shit. No, I mean, not really, but saying get it
in the chat.
They're saying get it, Bobby. Show them how carry optics do it, Bobby. I'm pulling for Bobby. Bobby this, Bobby that.
Well, everybody needs to have a villain, They can work that out. Pulling for Bobby the local guy. So, but yeah, and the TAC ops shoot off, it's going to be TAC ops gear, TAC ops load, no bipods, tripods, none of that stuff. There's no bipods, tripods, any of that stuff on either one of these.
Okay, we know how to shoot.
So somebody asked, do we need carts at this range? I'm just gonna go ahead and answer that and say you need a car at this range with 4-wheel drive at times.
A cart or a car?
Cart. They asked cart, but I'm saying
you won't.
No,
the only
you need
thing
a car.
The only thing that you may need a cart. We are going to have 3 stages in the bays, but there should be plenty of parking where you can. 2 of the stages in the bays are going to be right next to each other. So you'll kind of go from one to the other. And then the other bay stage is going to be all the way at the other end of the bays. So you'll drive to that one. So I don't really think you'll need a cart. So that would be kind of my take on it. There should be plenty of parking out there. And those 3 stages will be in the bays, and everything else will be natural terrain out where you'll have parking next.
So we did get a question. What are the start times in the morning?
We will be doing
senior moment.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm thinking we're gonna do 8 o'clock. We're gonna do 8 o'clock on your stage.
Okay.
We're not gonna have a shooters meeting. You're gonna be 8 o'clock on your stage, ready to go. Now everybody just relax, because maybe I go back and talk to Jason and he decides, no, we need to make it 7:30 and not 8 o'clock. Right now it's 8 o'clock. So The first day we're going to shoot 4 stages, and then we shoot 3 stages on Saturday and 3 stages on Sunday. So right now we're looking at 8 o'clock. We're just making sure that with the time and as early as the sun goes down, that we have everything set for that. But it's not going to be go stand around at a shooter's meeting for an hour and then go to your stage. It's going to be go to your stage, get your brief, get your stuff, and let's start shooting.
Hey, Don Bryson just said he's here, so let's get started. So you're going to have to reiterate everything we just covered.
All right, I'll call you later, Don, and give you a beating over the phone.
We can't do that because he won't remember it anyway. You know, at his age.
All right, so that's for all squads, or is there a staggered lineup?
No, everybody shoots the same every time. It's
Okay.
not. There's no AM PM squads. It's everybody. Where's 10 squads shooting 10 stages, shooting every stage has a squad all day. And I'll probably need to get some emails out about that.
Just like a squad matrix or something, probably be.
Yeah, I've got one, but it's a little confusing right now, but we got it. We're figuring it out. To shoot 4 and 3 and 3 is surprisingly difficult to make flow. You know, to make it so that we can get, because we want to try to have it where we're out of there at a decent time on Sunday is the plan.
That's what you make the big bucks for, buddy.
That's right. Yeah, that's why I'm making all this big cash that I'm making for doing this. But there will definitely be a onslaught of emails coming out in the next couple of days as we kind of get things firmed up and get stuff sent out. So
Noah just said someone fly Bill Powell back to make comeback.
Bill Powell, there's a name to hear. That's all the old school names are out now. So you guys ready to get the TAC Ops stuff started?
No, I am.
I know you are. So get Matt, some random person to give us a number of times they want us to shuffle the numbers so we can figure it out. Somebody send that in.
A number between 1 and what?
5.
All right.
And the first one will be the one we go with.
It better be a good one in my benefit.
Oh, you're probably gonna get martini anyway.
I prefer whiskey neat, thank you.
4.
4?
Yep.
4 it is. All right. So there's number 1. There's number 2. There's number 3.
The anticipation just
The
killing.
anticipation is killing us. And there is number 4. And our first matchup for the TAC Ops shoot-off and the first 2 shooters. The first shooter, let me make sure I'm in TAC Ops. The first shooter who will have choice of lane is Katrina Reed. Katrina out of
Georgia,
South Georgia, North Florida, wherever that she is. Really good female shooter. Very, very capable of getting on a run. And she is going to be shooting against Patrick Beckham.
Oh!
You're going down, Patty.
Well, I told her to come. Like, I had to kind of convince her to shoot it because I didn't figure there'd be a whole lot of female participation, and I figured she would be one of the better ones to try and egg on to come shoot it.
Yep. So there's our first round matchup.
Hey, Pat.
Katrina versus Patrick.
Pat, all I'm going to say is don't be a dick.
Oh, no. I'm big mode. You know me. When the buzzer goes off, I don't care. I love you, girl, but, business is business.
Going down. All right, our next matchup is first shooter in the next matchup and getting choice of lane is Greg Broadwell. Anybody know Greg?
I don't. Nah.
Okay, he's the first shooter in there, and he's shooting against James James
Shirey. I don't know Greg, but I know James, and when he's on, he's on. Like he can shoot when his back ain't fucked up. He's a Navy guy, But
Okay.
As a Navy guy, how did his back get messed up?
So there's those. Our next grouping, and having the first pick on this one is going to be JK Khan
Oh yeah.
is shooting. And guys, also for people listening, this is the order that you're going to shoot in. The first matchup will be Katrina and Patrick. The second will be Greg and James, and then JK and Joe Clemens. Not sure. I don't know Joe. Anybody got?
No, I'm not familiar with Joe. I know JK's solid
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
He's been real consistent lately. Like
yeah,
he's
super
shooting
consistent.
strong.
He really is.
So Pat, just a word for you. I got a Michael here saying, Pat, I'm not pulling for you. And then Chris Hutchinson said, sorry, Pat, I think we're all going for Katrina now.
In all fairness, she does look a little bit better than me. So
That's not a super high bar, Pat. I mean, so our next
Michael's
matchup
probably Burger, so he does have a nice butt, so we'll let him say.
is, Burger is. But our next matchup, the first shooter in that matchup and the choice of lane is going to be Austin Trockenbach, or as I like to call him, Autism.
Hey,
Austin.
he's that good IDPA shooter, isn't he? He shoots
No.
IDPA or something.
No, he was one of the range masters at Memorial.
Oh, he's that homeless guy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the homeless guy. He's one of our ROs, and he's coming. He's going to shoot the shoot off. So we're looking forward to having Austin. I'm calling that so much that I need to quit saying it. And he's going to be shooting against Greg McBee.
No idea.
I tried to look him up earlier. I couldn't find anything on him.
Okay, well that's going to be the matchup.
Austin, there may be a chance.
All right, let me get that one up. There we go. On our next one is going to be our number 7 shooter, which is Jeffrey Yang, one of our Zoo City guys.
He's
Solid
He's
shooter, athletic guy, good shooter, and he's going to be shooting against Jason Bennett, everybody's favorite retired Green Beret.
good.
It's good to see Jason back around, back around shooting and coming back and seeing him around and everything. I look forward to seeing him in the shoot off.
I shot with him, it's probably been the first time I've seen him in a long time, but I shot with him at the Duskin match. I mean, that dude is he's an all around just good human being, just good person.
Yeah. Guy you want to hang out with, most definitely. So our next round, as we're moving into, and I always mess his name up, and if I do mess it up, I do apologize.
No, you don't.
But it's kind of Donald
O'Beer. Don O'Beer.
Don O'Beer.
He's a solid shooter. He's only been doing this game for a short period of time, few years now. But the guy's super solid, super consistent.
Great fundamentals, shoots good.
And just super nice guy.
Yeah,
he's a great guy, but I really hope Martini's the guy that gets picked for.
Actually,
he and Don are right there next to each other. He edges me out a good bit, but I do like competing against Don.
Actually, he does have one of your Georgia guys. He's going up against Chris Atkins.
No, Chris is actually Tennessee.
Is he Tennessee? Okay.
And we just live at each other's houses, so everybody thinks he's from Georgia.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say Chris is probably going down. Don lives like 45 minutes away from me. He's a good dude.
Yeah. And if Chris would take about 10% off of the speed and angst that he gets when that buzzer goes off, he'd do a lot better. But we shot today, and well, I'm gonna let the videos speak for themselves later after I post. We had like a little small kind of dueling practice thing in our little local match, up in Tennessee, but it was fun.
Awesome. So now the matchup that everybody's been waiting for.
Matt Martini.
everybody's favorite head of hair is the first shooter in this one, Matthew Martini.
Hell
And
yeah.
he is shooting against LV's Tran.
Oh, poor Tran.
LV's, everybody can stub their toe. And and LV's is a good shooter, and he's athletic, he can move. But Matt's gonna be hard to beat in that. He definitely is.
We lost him so young.
I almost
So
wrote
that'll
Tran
be a
in
good
there.
matchup. That's a good one. And then we've got one more matchup. The last one is going to be the first shooter with the choice of lane is going to be Ray Churnside.
Ooh, he's good.
Now Ray's one of the Ray one of the Pennsylvania guys, knee up there.
No,
Maryland, New Jersey guys.
I don't know where. No, I thought Ray was from like the South area. I know he's sponsored by Collis. Every time I talk to him, just a really good dude.
Yeah, he really is.
And super consistent.
Yes, good.
Consistently, one of the top shooters for sure.
And he's going to be shooting against Chuck Lowe. I don't know much about Chuck, but
Ray is South Florida.
Ray is South Florida, really? I don't know why I had it in my head.
That's what it was. Yeah,
I don't know why I had it in my head that he was one of the Pennsylvania guys.
Yeah.
So messed that up. Sorry, Ray.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm kind of am. So, but those are the matchups, guys. And like I said, we're gonna have in this shoot off, we're gonna have cash prizes for first, second, and third. And it's either 2 or 3 random draws for cash prizes in there. So even if you get eliminated, after your first 2 runs, you still have a chance of winning your entry fee back.
All right. So Don Bryson just asked this question.
No, the answer is no.
Is there any movement involved in the shootout, like more than a proud walk? What do you mean by proud walk? Do you mean like flaming walk or something?
No, he's probably talking like a range walk.
Mm.
Matt, Don, you can go whatever speed you like, buddy.
Yeah.
Make an exception for Don. Let him use his walker, or at the very least a cane. You know what I mean?
Just give him a motorized wheelchair.
Yeah, Don, you'll be fine.
Now, because that would go faster than him. So that's an unfair.
That's an unfair advantage to Don. So, but no, it'll be good. I think we're gonna have a really good time. It's gonna be under the, we're gonna start it. We're trying to get it started at 5. So we'll already have the light stands up and the lights going and everything. We're going to have some of the ROs that are going to be out helping reset, guys that want to come and watch. If you can kind of come help us reset the thing, that'd be great. Give the ROs a little bit of a break. Guys that aren't shooting in it, that'd be really nice. Jeremy will have his food truck out there. There may be some adult beverages available out there also while all of this is going on for the non-competitor types. But all in all, that's what we got. And has anybody got any more questions, Matt, that we need to address?
No, they're just talking shit to Don.
Good. Talk shit to Don. He deserves
That sounds like fun. I want to be on that side.
That sounds like every monthly match that we ever have is talking shit to Don. What about you, Pat? What you got to add, buddy?
Oh, I ain't got nothing. I'm looking forward, all the trash we talk aside, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody, and including John Westbrook. And can't wait to see all the friends and hang out and have a good time at another great match.
It is. It's going to be a very fun time. We've had an uptick, and some of the sponsors kind of come in at the last minute, and so the prize table's looking good. The stages are going up and looking good. I'll be putting some emails out about some things for the competitors here very soon. I have a stage matrix. Me and Jason just have to finalize it, and a squad matrix. And other than that, the big thing that I want to make sure that everybody knows, and I'll put it in an email, and we'll probably put it out also, is that we are not having, much like we did at Battle of the South, we are not having a traditional shooters meeting. The first day, you're going to go to your stage, and your RO on your stage is going to brief you about safety and about the match, and then we're going to get the stages started. So we're going to plan on 7:30 show up, 8 o'clock show up, shooting as soon as possible on the first day, and then we will figure it out from there.
Hey, so buddy, Jordan Binion said that he told Jason he'd help RO the shoot off, just in case you're not tracking that.
Cool. I'm trying to get guys that aren't shooting the shoot. I've had several guys that aren't ROing the match that are not shooting the shoot off that have volunteered to come in and help out with to give the ROs a break. So they're not ROing all day and then ROing the shoot off all night. So I've had some guys volunteer for that. And if we could get some more guys to do that are going to be hanging around anyway, that'd be really good. And I don't care if you've had an adult beverage or two. If you're out there putting clays up, I'm okay with that. Just as long as you're not handling guns. So that's kind of where we are on that. I think the lineups are going to be interesting. I think it's going to be fun to see Patrick take the W in the first round. But did you get your shotgun fixed, dude?
No, I've got a good loaner that I've been practicing with, and it's
not
running.
To put any voodoo or anything on you, but is your shotgun working?
Yeah, I got one that's running, so running good enough for me. I'm happy.
There you go. All right. Well, I mean, if we don't have anything else, Matt, you got anything else?
Nope. Everything's kind of, yeah.
We're really looking forward to seeing everybody. I mean, we're a week away. I mean, I'm really excited. We're a week away from the match, and I think we're gonna have a really good time. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'll kind of be glad when it's all over.
But that's okay, because then Battle for the South starts.
Then we can just get ramped up for Battle of the South. It's a never-ending cycle of match preparation. So
that's all right. Everybody needs to help me. Send me some 308 brass so I can load up and beat Matt for heavy.
There you go. We shall get you fixed up. So
all right,
Matt, if you want to sign us off.
Yep. Well, everybody have a good night.